From Albuquerque, New Mexico, First Sergeant Alberto Grieco with the JROTC program. And Sergeant, thanks so much for your time tonight.
Hey, not a problem. A pleasure to be here.
It's great to have you. Now, you run the Marine JROTC program at La Cueva High School, is that right?
That is correct, sir.
How long have you been doing that?
This is my 9th year as an instructor, sir.
All right, so before we even get into the controversy in Albuquerque, why do you do it? Why do you keep doing it? Because I know that it's not, it's a lot of long hours, and, it's not like the pay is going to make you a rich man.
That's actually true. And it's just not rifle marksmanship. It's just being a JROTC instructor and hoping to make a difference in the lives of these young men and women that we have in today's society.
And that's what keeps you doing it year after year.
If I can change somebody's life and make a difference, it's all worthwhile.
All right, so this school year, there has been some controversy about the JROTC program, and I know, Sergeant, when we've covered similar stories around the country in the past, it's usually one of two things. It's either people who are upset because of the marksmanship program, or people who are upset because they are worried that the military is going to be recruiting on high school campuses. What's going on in Albuquerque?
I think it's that second reason you mentioned there. There are those that are concerned that the high school JROTC programs are being utilized as recruiters for the young men and women for the military, and that's absolutely incorrect, sir.
All right. Now, what do you say that you say it's incorrect? But I've got to guess that the students who are in your program are appreciative of the military by and large.
They are, and there's some students in the program that, due to medical conditions, will never be able to enter the military. This is as close as they will ever get to the military's high school JROTC. They'll get to wear a uniform, and that makes a difference to these young men and women, just being able to wear a uniform, at least in high school.
Yeah, but there are people, again, who are opposed to this because, and I have to say, Sergeant, I found that it's not really the fact that the JROTC program is operating on a high school campus. These are folks who are largely anti-military. They don't want our kids, our high school students, having anything to do with anybody in the military.
That's correct, sir, and that's what I'm getting out of it. They use different tactics for, lack of excuse of a better word there. They just changed their tactics. They were going after instructors as not being qualified and instructors getting paid too much money. Now they're using the tactic that it's, we have firearms on campus, and that's not really true.
All right, so what do you guys have on campus?
We shoot air rifles. They're pellet guns, much like firearms, but they do not fire any cartridges. There is no powder involved, no gunpowder, anything of that nature. It's either compressed air or CO2.
All right, so you have air rifles. As I understand, actually 12 of the 13 high schools in Albuquerque have ranges on campus?
That is correct.
That's awesome.
We took over the old auto hobby shop because it wasn't being utilized, and it makes a perfectly good range for us.
All right, so how many kids do you have in your program right now?
I have a total of 136 students in my program.
Wow. That seems pretty large.
It is, and this is the second biggest group I had last year. I had 140. This year I'm at 136, and we're growing every day.
So when they hear people want to shut down this program because of its connotation or connection to the military, because they're shooting air rifles, and that just seems inappropriate for 16, 17-year-olds to do, what is their reaction?
The reaction of the students?
Yeah, the reaction of the students.
The students love the program. They love doing things. They love that hands-on experience and being able to shoot an air rifle. I mean, they just love that. No student is allowed to shoot it until they take the safety class. They also got to pass the safety quiz. We also have to have permission from the parents. If the parents say no, then obviously the students don't shoot. So there's actually a lot involved before the kid even gets to touch an air rifle.
The attitude that we see of students, they're not responsible at that age. It's just an accident waiting to happen. Sergeant, how do we teach kids responsibility if we're always too afraid to let them exhibit or display any responsibility?
And that's a great point right there, and that's what I tell a lot of the parents. We got great parental support here at La Cueva, but, how can we teach these kids to be trustworthy if we don't trust them? I mean, we have to let them, run the show, let them do things. We can't keep protecting them, because if we don't show them how to do it correctly here, they're going to go outside the school grounds and they're going to do it anyway. So why not teach them the right way of doing things?
And it sounds like at La Cueva, the JROTC program has been a huge success. I mean, vast majority of your students that go on to college?
Yes, they do. In fact, last year's graduating class, I had a total of 27 seniors. Out of those 27 seniors that graduated, only 4 enlisted into the military. The rest went to college. So you can see there is a big difference between those going to college and those entering the military.
Yeah. Well, I know that the school board has said, look, the air rifles are not firearms. This does not violate our campus firearms policy. Do you anticipate, though, that the critics of the JROTC program are going to be back?
Definitely. They're going to be back, and that's just a fact of life. That's why our country is so great that people, unfortunately, get to express their views, whether the views are positive or negative. That's why our country is so great, that we get to express those views. Our school board supports the JROTC program, and we love them for it.
Sergeant, what can folks do? Like right now, I've got 3 kids in elementary school, none in high school. What could somebody like me or somebody who's listening in Albuquerque who doesn't have a kid in the school system, what can we do to help out JROTC programs where we are?
The biggest thing is just be support. We have parents that go and speak at the school boards, and they talk about neighbors, how their neighbor wasn't the greatest kid on earth, but they joined the local ROTC program and they became more respectful, more responsible, and they can see difference. So it's just a matter of maybe attending the school board meeting and let them know that, hey, I had a cousin or a nephew or a neighbor that was in the program, and I do see a big difference in them.
I know that one of the people who spoke in opposition to the JROTC program was a teacher in the school district. Have you gotten any grief or any flack from any of the faculty at La Cueva?
Negative. The faculty here is great. They're very supportive of our program. This person, I really don't know who he was or she, and of course, their opinion is a good opinion. I can't say nothing bad about it because everybody's entitled to their opinion, but our faculty is great here, and they really support our program as well.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. Sergeant, thank you again, sir, for joining us on the program tonight, and best of luck to you and the squad this year.
Thank you very much, sir. I really appreciate it.